So, what is Child Protective Services? Child Protective Services is the major system of intervention of child abuse and neglect in California. Existing law provides for services to abused and neglected children and their families. The Child Protective Services goal is to keep the child in his or her own home when it is safe, and when the child is at risk, to develop an alternative plan as quickly as possible. So for my topic, I did most of my research through the website of the County of Santa Barbara, and the majority falls under their social services. One of the services that they provide is called Child Welfare Services, and it helps protect children and preserve families by assessing and investigating allegations of child abuse or neglect. They also offer voluntary or court order services to families to ensure child safety in the home and strengthen the family. They also arrange placements and services for children for whom a safe return home is not possible. They also have something called resource families, and resource families provide a crucial service by providing care for children in foster care until they can be returned to their parents or be permanently placed with a family for adoption. So, a resource family is similar to foster care, which means it's only temporary. So, the kid only stays with them for a short period of time till they find something secure for the child. There are some requirements that need to be met prior to being approved as a resource family. I listed here a couple of them. As you can see, I listed you need to have like a criminal background clearance, you need to have sufficient income. All the members in the household need to be in good physical and mental health. So yes, there are requirements that need to be met prior to being approved. They also have something called adoption unit, and adoption unit works to find loving permanent homes for children in foster care. So Child Protective Services also helps with the adoption process. They help by consulting and answering any questions regarding to adoption of children through the child welfare system. They also accept applications and licensing person or persons who want to adopt children through the child welfare system. They also help with matching children to families that can best meet their needs and provide a permanent loving home. They also help by completing adoptive home studies for our homes where children are placed to be adopted. And they also help with providing services to assist families through the court and the adoption process. So they also have something called Independent Living System. And it's also a service that helps the youth ages from 14 to 21 prepare for a successful independent living after emancipation. Santa Barbara County has case managers that are assigned to help these teens that are just recently emancipated, and they do that by providing that one-on-one support and targeting each youth's individual needs. So some of the ways they can help accomplish their goals is by helping them plan their education. They help with financial planning, health and wellness. Um, they have resources, personal and community resources for them, permanent supportive relationships, and they also help with independent living. There is also something called Santa Barbara County Child Abuse Prevention Council, and it is a community network that coordinates efforts countywide to prevent and respond to child abuse and neglect. This council is open to anyone who is interested. Some of the members include representatives from public and nonprofit agencies, community groups, and parents. Um, they meet regularly so that members can share information and identify and prioritize projects. Members also volunteer time and resources to execute and implement the selected project. So their goal is to protect children by preventing abuse and neglect. They help nurture families by building parenting skills and foster child resilience. They also help by building community by parent-led initiatives and cross-sector collaboration. So as you can see here, I listed some of the examples of what the CAPC members do. They help by raising community awareness of child abuse and neglect. There are training mandated reporters. They provide resources to service providers and parents. They advocate for services to address risk factors for abuse. They promote protective factors that create healthy environments for child development. And they also provide direct services to families experiencing or at risk of domestic violence or abuse. So one way we can help children who are undergoing any type of abuse is to report it. As I did my research, I found that it's estimated that 5 children die each day in this country as a result of children maltreatment. And I think as we further in our careers as mandated reporters, it's very important that we report any type of abuse, especially in children who are not able to speak up for themselves. Am I a mandated reporter? I think we all know the answer to this. Yes, everyone should be reporting any type of abuse. It doesn't even necessarily have to be children, adults too. I think children are very vulnerable. And so, as medical professionals, we have that responsibility to speak up for these kids and protect them against any type of abuse. So, I also found a hotline based here in Santa Barbara County. All you have to do is dial 211 and it helps you find services regarding healthcare, childcare, domestic abuse support, counseling, and much more. All calls are kept confidential. I also listed the website if anybody is interested. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.